Hey everyone, Tristan back with another video, and in this video I thought I would talk about some of the essential tools to have with you when using the boosted board for commuting or for transportation purposes. These are the things that I tend to bring with me if I know that I'm going to be out in public using the boosted board to go somewhere like shopping or to commute with. And some of these things are optional, some of them are not, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and just get started. Also check the description field for links, because I do have links to most of the products that I'm going to be discussing in this video. And as always, check the comments field as well for community and discussion. So obviously the first thing you're going to need is a boosted board, as you can see right up here on the top. That's the boosted board generation 2. And then a helmet. This is a helmet that is certified. When you're buying a helmet, make sure that it says certified. The certified ones are meeting safety standards, whereas there's a lot of other ones that are not certified that aren't going to protect you nearly as well and don't have as much, protection inside the helmet. This one is made by ProTech. I'll link to it. It's kind of got a funny design. I've got stickers on it and stuff like that. But this one's, I liked the color of this one. It's sort of a navy color. For some reason, I didn't really like black or gray that much. Anyway, helmet is a must. That's going to save your life if you fall and hit your head, basically. So the next thing I have here is just a backpack. You can use any backpack. This happens to be one that folds up like really small into like almost like a ball. But you can use any backpack. They have skate backpacks as well. And stay tuned in this channel because I'll probably be reviewing some of the skate backpacks in the future. They actually have a couple backpacks on the market that you can actually put the boosted board in the middle of it. And you can actually wear the boosted board on your back. So I think that would be pretty handy. But this is just a regular, sort of cheapy foldable backpack. But I put all this stuff when I'm riding into the backpack, and I can ride hands-free, and I can also buy things and stuff it in here if I want. Such as grocery items, or if I'm shopping around clothes and stuff like that. As long as it's not too heavy or big and bulky, I can really stuff this backpack full of stuff. Next thing is obviously your boosted board remote. And then I'll go down here, and this is the charger. Now, one tip I have for you is the charger is a little bit big. I only bring the brick. I bring the charger as well as the IEC power cable. But what I did was I bought an additional one of these, an additional IEC cable. And again, check the description field, I'll link to this. It's only like a couple of bucks. And that enables me to easily grab and go with the brick. So at home, I have another one of these, and this is plugged into the wall at all times. It just remains plugged into the wall. And then when I want to go and just take the charger, I only have to unplug one thing, and I just unplug this. So the other one of these stays over there on the wall, and then I only bring this, and then this one is in my backpack at all times. So it just makes it a little easier not to have to worry about unplugging more than one thing every time I leave the house. So I would only have to unplug the brick. Now, Boosted does sell an additional charger for like 80 bucks plus shipping and tax and all that. If you want to spend the money, you can get a whole nother charger and a whole nother cable that comes with it. And then you can leave it plugged in all the time at your house and have a separate one of these in a separate location, or to take with you or something. But I didn't want to spend the money, so I just take the brick. And I think a good compromise was to get another power cable. And that just plugs in, right there. So I have two of these, basically, is what I'm saying. Then I've got this lock, and I don't use this lock that often, but I do bring it with me. This is a real cheap lock. I got it for like under $10, and that's also in the description field. And what's cool about this lock is you can actually lock the boosted board up with it. Sometimes I'll go to a restaurant or a cafe or a store where I can't always keep an eye on the boosted board 100%. Typically I like to have it right next to me or have it within my sight at all times. But sometimes you go to a restaurant or a cafe and they're going to seat you at a table separately from where you can charge your boosted board, like in a separate area of the same store. And in those situations, I oftentimes will just throw this around either the back or the front trucks kind of tightly and then lock it up. Sometimes I can lock it to like the post of a table or something like that. And that just provides me a little bit of added protection. In fact, just last week I was at a cafe where They did allow me to charge the boosted board, but the charger, where their power was back in the hallway by the bathrooms, and I couldn't see the boosted board. However, there was like a little table there, kind of like a little hallway table. So I just wrapped this around the boosted board trucks, and then I wrapped the other part of the cable around one of the legs of the table, and I was able to sort of lock it up that way, and it felt a little bit more secure. Now granted, you probably wouldn't want to use this out on the street, out of your sight, because the way that the boosted board is, it's not 100% secure. With the right tools, people could steal like the trucks, the battery, even the motors probably, from your boosted board. Or if they have wire cutters or something, or a cable cutter, they could actually cut through this and just steal the whole boosted board. So you still want to be careful. It's not going to be as secure as, say, locking up a bike probably, but it does provide some deterrence. So I do carry this with me, and I do find it handy just for those times where the boosted board can't be in my sight, at all times. Now, most of the time I don't use this because the boosted board is like right next to me. Whether I'm charging it or I'm not charging it, usually I try to find a seat where I can charge it and have the boosted board just literally right next to me, and then I don't, lock it up. But it is nice to have. Then I have these wrist guards, and I have to admit I don't use these all the time. I'm generally pretty careful on my boosted board, probably careful than most, I would think. But just for added safety, it is good to have. Although when you're wearing these, it's a little bit harder to pick up your boosted board and carry it. It's also a little bit harder to use the remote because this safety piece kind of gets in the way of, it's in your palm. What I've done is on the right one, I've actually taken out this plastic piece, and I know that's probably not real smart. So it provides a little bit of protection from, getting road rash or something if I fall on the right hand, but it won't protect me from like breaking my wrist if I fall and brace myself with my right hand because I took out this plastic piece. But taking out this little plastic piece makes it so that I can actually hold the remote a little bit more comfortably. But I do have to admit, the majority of times I don't actually use the wrist pads just because I feel sort of comfortable enough not to. Although it's probably not the smartest thing to do not to use them. Ideally, you probably should use them at all times. And then, I've even heard you probably should use elbow pads and knee pads as well. But I don't have those and have never used those, so that may not be the smartest thing, but I am, again, fairly careful and pretty good on the boosted board at this point, so I don't use those. So thanks for watching. This has been my essential equipment video for using the boosted board for commuting and for transportation. Any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them, and thanks for watching. See you in my next video.